Well, we're back once again with the 1981 ATC 250R, known as spare parts. For anyone who's never seen this before, it got that name because all of that one's spare parts are on here basically. Everything that's needed up to this point. I shouldn't say that, up till I put the 82 rear end on it and then put the cart axle on it. And it kind of has proved itself as a decent little three-wheeler. So there's multiple things that I need to do to this to get it back to the point it was. Firstly, I don't like this piece of electric tape hanging out there. Secondly, I have to do a stator and flywheel. I'm not 100% sure which one is the actual issue. Quite honestly, I'm banking on flywheel. The other thing I have to do is I have to refix my wiring mess. Currently, the only ground that it needs in order to run is currently hooked up. As you can see, I have cut my tether switch off of it, and did a bunch of other grounds like to the taillight and things like that, because the day it decided to quit running, I was at a race and I was basically scrambling to try to get it done. Which, by the time I did all my tests with all the things that I had, I didn't quite have all the tools I wish I would have had. I kind of decided, you know what, it's not worth me making more headaches for myself in the future. Why don't I just not worry about it anymore, enjoy the rest of the day just watching racing, and the next day, it was a 2-day thing, and deal with it once I get it home. That was in January. It's July, almost August now. It's currently 92 or 3 out. It's fantastic. And I've decided, hey, today's a good day to get on this. Plus, dogs and I have been inside pretty much all day because it's hot out. And it's evening almost, so it's finally cooling off a little bit. So I decided I'll let them outside, let them run around while I get something done today, so I'm not a complete pile and I'm actually semi-productive. So, first thing I have to do in order to do this is take off the cover, which is as simple as 1, 2, and 3 bolts. 2 of them have the guard on it, and the third one also comes off with it. So, I'll get to that, and we'll just get it off. We'll go from there. Well, sadly, thankfully I got the cover off. Sadly, I broke off 1 bolt. That's going to be a pain. But also, when I took it off, a bunch of watery stuff and kind of what smells like penetrating fluid or gas came out of there. That could have been a large portion of my issue. Yeah, that's 100% news to me. This thing's only been raced twice by me, I think, and it's ran immaculately. It's never had an issue. So I wouldn't think that my crank seals are going out. However, now I need to look into that, because that'd be the only way any gas to be down there. However, bare gas, though, would not be down there. This does not look like 2-stroke. I mean, obviously, by the way this looks, she's milky. And there's some kind of oil in there, I'd assume, if it's milky, because gas, I wouldn't think would be milky with water. But I have no idea. I've always noticed this thing drips something from somewhere, and the transmission has never been low. So now I'm really curious as to what is going on there, because the only thing that could potentially be, in my opinion, would be crank seals. Which, lucky for me, I actually have one of these things sitting right here. And that'd be the crank seal right there. But I'm still extremely confused, though, because this thing's never once acted like it had an air leak. It's never once given me an issue. Now, maybe they've just started. I've got no idea still. But, I guess I'm going to order some crank seals just to be safe. But, still, let's work on getting this off and the old stator out, because that has to be done regardless of if I decide to do the crank seal. If I do decide to do the crank seal or not, those still have to come off. So, in order to get the flywheel out, I guess first of all I have to take that nut off, but then also you need to get yourself a flywheel puller, which works as simple as once that nut's off, you screw this guy in there, because there's internal threads on that. Run this guy down, pop it right off. Also, yeah, sorry about the long wait between videos. Got married. So real life things have been going on. That's why everything's been kind of slow. So I'm going to work on getting all that off. And I really want to see what that crank seal looks like. So let's at least get the flywheel off. I'll show you what holds on the stator. And that guy went by my house really fast. And then we will see what all else is going on in here. Because that should be a dry cavity to my knowledge. I'm also not pumped about that guy. I'm happy it's that one that broke and not that one, because that one at least I can get to. Still sucks, but I suppose let's get at her. So I got that off, and as you see, this is how the tool works. It just pushes down, pops that off. Inside there is very crusty. And this stuff's got some definite junk on it. But I'm going to ask around in some groups, but I'm assuming I need a, if anybody needs to know the sizes to that, that is a 10 millimeter to get the bolts off of your stator. There's just 3 of them. But looks like I'm going to need a new crank seal, which is something I was not anticipating. Boy, this is just custy in there. Now I know I should have gaskets already, and my dog just stole something. Because I normally get this gasket in a set, and I've done multiple rebuilds on, well, this set would have had one that's on there would have one actually with it already. And I have a new gasket set for that one since we all know the top end's off it. But yeah, I just don't know where the moisture came from. That's what it's really throwing me for a loop here. Unless this thing was not sealing correctly. Like I said, though, it could have been something the previous owner did. For all I know, this little wren could have sat outside. Because, actually, no. Nope, it was my other, it was the 83. It had a ton of moisture in its little wren when I got it. Not this one. I was backwards there for a second. So, I guess I'm going to order some new, what do you want to call it? Seals for this. At least I'll do this side for sure. If it doesn't give me any more issues. It's never acted like it's sucking air or anything like that. So I'm not too concerned about doing both of them, but clearly this side does have an issue. The oil that comes out of this has never smelled gassy, never had anything like that. So I'm probably going to do what someone else would not recommend and just do one side. The bearings were good when I put the top end on. Like I said, this thing's only been run twice since. So, I mean, it's been running around the yard a few things, but never like this. So yeah, guess I'll have to cut it here because, well, first of all, I got the broken bolt out, and I'm gonna go order some seals, and then hopefully everything else is simple, but we will see. Well, as you can see by the smoke in the air and that thing all back together, I put that back on, got spark, and it ran. Now I've just got to fix my wiring mess, which I'm going to do that all off camera. I probably would have videoed more with me putting this together, but neighbor kid brought his 4-wheeler over and needed help, so I was helping him while working on this. So yeah, that's not even sure where I left off with this video. I had to wait for the seal to get here. Yeah, I replaced the seal because you guys could tell all that happened. Obviously just bolted the flywheel and stator back in, and everything worked like it should. So more of an abrupt ending and less talking about this than I was hoping, but it's going to be it for this one. So hopefully I'll get more into talking whenever I get the 70 machine top end back and whenever I get into the 200X. Now I have this one done. I am opened up for that. But I also have another project right there I'm working on. That one I probably won't make any videos on because I don't know what I'm doing. But whenever I get it done, assuming everything works, I might make a video on it. So, yeah, until next time, this is it. air filters off, seats off, because it wouldn't run, and I didn't know why. It wasn't getting fuel, but minor detail. But yeah, that'll be it for this one. So thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll be getting some more parts for this sooner than later, and I can do more to it, like black rear fenders, which is hard to find, I learned, for a first gen 250R. So that's going to be that.